Happy Monday, everyone. Carmen Broxma here with Choose Joy with Carmen. And back again for another episode of my Joy Monday. So, this was really hard to decide because I just got my order in from the new catalog that was not available for me to purchase on the pre order. So, I had to order once the catalog became live for us all. And then I got to order the other items that I was really interested in. So it was really hard for me to pick which one I wanted to play with today. So I decided to go with this paper, which is called Awash in Beauty. And we are going to be using this pattern right here. And so basically what I did, I just started off and I cut it in half at 6 inches, and then I could work with this piece to decide how I wanted it to be on my card. But while we have the paper out, I might as well just show it to you. So there's this design, and the back side's like this. Then we have this design here, and the back side of that. And this one, back side. This is really pretty. I like this. It's very dainty looking to me. I love it. And I love the colors. Here's the back side of that. And then there's this one. And the back side of that one. This one. And then the back side of that. Okay, so there's that. I love this paper. And it's funny because when I pulled it out, I got to just show you. Look at my mouse pad that I have for my computer. Kind of matches, doesn't it? So maybe that's why I really liked it, because I got this mouse pad and then later on they came out with this paper. So it must be one of my favorites. Okay, so the other products that we're going to use today are these new Charming Sentiments, and I love them so much because they now have die cuts that match them. And I just think that is so cool because, I know a lot of people have stamped sentiments and then they fussy cut around it. I don't like doing that. But now they have die cuts that match it, and that is perfect for me. So look, I haven't even put these where they should go in their magnetic sleeves, but I just wanted to get started right away on this card, so I will work on putting my stuff away later. So we're going to be using today the Just For You, and then on the inside, wishing you everything wonderful out of this set. And then we are going to, let me set that aside. Then we are also going to be using this new dice that's called Split Card Texture Dies. I fell in love with these too. Again, like I said, I haven't put them away. But this is the one we're going to use today. And I am excited about these as well. These are going to make some really fun cards. And then we're going to go back to my favorite stylish shapes. I'm just loving these a lot, and I seem to use them a lot. So this to me is a must-have set. So, okay, so let's go ahead and get started. What I decided to do, and I will put all the dimensions on my blog like usual, but we're going to have a card base of the basic white. And then I went ahead and I liked these two colors, which are in, I think it's the polished pink and the balmy blue. Let's see, make sure I have it right. Polished pink and balmy blue. Yes, those are the colors that's in the paper. So those are the two that I chose. And I'm going to mat it like this. And then I cut this down. I cut this down to match this size right here because of what I'm going to do with it. And what I did here is the paper saving technique is I die cut from the stylish shapes, the circle that I was going to use in this That way I didn't have to get out another scrap, and I could go ahead and cover that up anyway. So I love that paper saving technique. So then I went ahead and ran this. I took the piece that I cut and I ran the split. Let me pull this out. I put this on my card, my designer paper like this, and I ran it through the die cut machine. So now what we're going to do is I want to get this layered on top of here. And I don't like how it kind of has scraggly look on the edges there, but what I probably should have done was put some adhesive on the back before I die cut it. But since I didn't do that, we're going to go ahead and put our adhesive, and I'm going to use liquid adhesive on the back so that I can get into those smaller areas and get close to the edge that I possibly can, and just kind of add some adhesive in these areas so that we can go ahead and get this. And you don't have to do it, you know, everywhere, but try to pick the bigger spots so it's easier to get into there. And then I will go ahead, oops, see, that's why I'm using my silicone mat, so that if I get glue somewhere that I don't want it, it'll be on here and it'll easily come off. Okay, I think I got those edges pretty good. Now let's just get, see, this is why probably if I would have put the adhesive sheets on the back before I die cut it, I wouldn't have to do all this. It would have already had adhesive, and I would have just had to peel it off. But since I didn't do that, we're going to have to do it like this. Okay, so now I got it in that area. Now let me go ahead and put some on the rest of this area here. And then, and I guess the good thing about using the liquid adhesive is you've got that wiggle room. But I'm going to try to get this because I don't want to get my card stuck in that glue that I put there. So I'm going to try to line this up evenly with that underneath there. And that is what's good about the liquid adhesive, is you have that wiggle room. So, but I don't like the liquid adhesive because then I get it all over myself. Okay, so there we go. Now, as I look at it, I'm trying to decide whether I like those edges there, and I really don't because it's kind of scraggly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my little cutter, and I'm going to take off just a little bit off of each of those sides. And I'm not very good at a guillotine cutter because you have to go fast or it doesn't get even. So let's hope I did that okay. And then I'm going to do this side as well. And I'm just taking off just a little bit, not much. Okay, so hopefully, yeah, that looks cleaner to me around the edges. Okay, so we'll put our little cutter away. And then we are going to adhere that to this polished pink. And I love that. Look at how, see, you can see that balmy blue underneath there. I just think that is a cool look. So there's a little bit there that might need a little adhesive, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. And I'm going to take my stamp and seal and go ahead and adhere this this polished pink. Let's see if I can get that pretty even. Okay, there we go. All right. Then we're going to take our card base and fold it and get my bone folder and crease that nicely. And then we're going to adhere this to the front of the card. So let's get that done. This is a really simple card. And again, it's all because the designer paper has done all the work for me. That's why I am totally in love with designer series papers. Okay, so there we go. We have that there. And then that circle that I had die cut out with the stylish shapes is going to go here. And I'm going to put it down flat because I want to pop up the die cut sentiment that I used from that new stamp set. So I'm going to use a little bit of glue on that. And we're going to get that put here in this corner where I want it. There we go. Then I've already stamped and die cut it out because I didn't want to bore you, but I'm just doing the just for you. And I stamped it in the Mary Merlot because Mary Merlot is one of the colors in the paper. And the thing that I really aim for is I like my sentiment to be dark. So I try to pick a color that's the darkest in the pattern paper when I'm designing with pattern paper. So now I'm just going to take some mini dimensionals and maybe I'll do one large dimensional because then that seems to cover a good portion of that back of that little sentiment there. So remove the backing off of that dimensional. And then we're going to pop this on right in the middle of that circle. Maybe I want it closer. Do I want it right in the middle? Maybe I'll do it closer to the top. So if I want to add a embellishment down there, I can. So there we go. There's that. And then for the inside, I went ahead and stamped the, let me get this here. Let me show you. So I stamped the wishing you everything wonderful in the Mossy Meadow, because again, that was another color, because I'm going to use a piece of that leftover paper for the bottom of my inside of my card, and one of the colors in here was the Mossy Meadow, and so I wanted it to match. And then I went and I die cut it out with the die cut for that sentiment, and then it'll be like that. See, and then we can pop this up and it'll be just a little bit higher. I think that'll be really cute. So now I'm going to take my stamp and seal and I'm going to put this at the bottom of my card for the inside. And then put this in the inside of my card. So let's see if I can get, okay, there we go. Get that adhesive on there. Open up my card base. And I'm going to do it this direction. I think it'll be easier for me. And to line it up. And then I'll go ahead and get this down. And then we'll put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of here. Now my Stampin' Dimensionals are down to the basically where I have none. So I'm going to be using the edges. So let me just cut off a nice chunk of that edge. This is a good way to still use everything. Oops, I cut off too much. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down and then cut off that. And I could probably use this up in this area right here. And then take off the release paper. And then we're going to pop that right in where we die cut it out. Now, since it's white on white, I have to really look to see where it should go. So I have it kind of tilted up here. Sorry about that, but I got to be able to see it. And my eyes aren't the best. So there we go. So now that's popped up a little. I think it's just really cool because, you know, usually we don't pop up things on the inside, and I thought that was really neat. So there's that. So there's the card for today. How simple was that? And I love it. I was able to use new products, and I think it turned out great just for you, and wishing everything wonderful. All righty. That was this week's card, and hope you enjoyed it. And thank you all if you are a current subscriber. And if this is your first time to my channel, I really would appreciate it if you would share my videos with your friends, your crafty friends, and and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That's very helpful. Alrighty then, you guys all have a great week, and hopefully your allergies aren't, you know, crazy like mine have been with this weather. But I gotta say, I love this weather, so I guess I have to suffer a little in order to get the beautiful weather that we've been having, even though everything's blooming and causing me a little bit of grief. But you all have a great week, and we will see you again next Monday for another episode of my Mojoy Monday. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.